Okay, so it's currently 2, 3 days from New Year's, or the New Year, however you say it, because New Year's is a holiday. The New Year is just. Anyways, I hope you're doing well as you watch this. Thank you for tuning in. At the time, well, I already said that. By the time this gets posted, it'll probably be like mid-March or something like that. I'm not sure, but once again, thank you for tuning in. So I've talked about it before, intentionality, but that's where I feel called to talk about in this video. So I feel like I have been really mastering the art of intentionality recently, these last couple weeks, for sure, for shizzle. Like, one thing about it, we can't necessarily control everything that happens to us or comes to us, for sure, but we can control how we show up and how much we're willing to put in to any given situation. You know what I mean? And intentionality for me really just means being clear about what you want and like not being afraid to get into a space where you can receive it. You know what I mean? For me, I feel like intentionality has been a big thing when it comes to my live streams and like recording videos and stuff like that. Like, every time for the last few weeks that I've been going live stream, I make it a point to like sit 9 times out of 10 in silence, but sometimes I have something playing in my ear. But I try to sit in silence, try to sit in stillness, and then I'll set the intention and be like, you know, I want to be in flow, I want to be of service, I want to be in flow with prosperity, etc., whatever, you know, however I'm feeling in that moment. But usually it's the same kind of principles, and then I get on, and then things happen, and it's really nice. And once again, we can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we show up and whether or not we are in a space to receive what we are looking for. You know what I mean? I haven't smoked all day because I didn't have the means to. The last time I smoked was yesterday, and that was like a whole ordeal with Paul. But I was able to make a sale on this live stream. I was on for like an hour and some change, and I made a sale, and it was nice. It was nice reading. And so now I'm able to get some weed, and that's technically where I'm going. I'm walking through the cemetery now, and I am feeling really good about myself, about my skills, about my abilities, you know? And of course, because I have been talking about it, I will also say that I've been doing really good about saving. Like, currently I am like, I'm not going to say the exact number, but I'm like doing really good. And it's crazy to think, like, a few months ago, this was not a thing. You know what I mean? And once again, back to the idea of intentionality, it's the last month of the year. And I remember I told Paul, I was like, you know, I intentionally set out to like make sure that these last 3 months were prosperous. You know what I mean? Like, like, it wasn't just an accident. Like, I literally, like, I think it was 4 months ago, 5 months ago, even probably before then, I was like setting the intention to kind of like up level and to kind of do better and like receive more and all that jazz. And I was also, I was taking notes like crazy. I was documenting, I was journaling, like every time I did something, every time I like shifted, every time I like, you know what I mean? Like, I was really doing a lot. And I feel like that really helped in a lot of different ways. And now I'm kind of receiving that, you know? So intentionality is a really powerful thing, like getting clear on what you want and like getting to a space where, and like, it's kind of unrelated. It's not really super duper connected, but I do think that it needs to be connected to some degree if you want it to be super effective. I don't think it's enough to just set the intention. I think you also do have to spend some time in stillness, or at least that's what I've figured for myself. Like, I also recognize the power of sitting in stillness with that intention. You know what I mean? And also another thing, the last few weeks that I've realized, that I've learned, is saying things out loud can be so much more powerful. I feel like some of you might hear that and you'd be like, fucking duh, fucking duh. But for most of my manifesting career, can I call it a career? I don't know. For most of my manifesting journey, I've, for the most part, been the type of person who says everything in their head. I write things down, sure. But for the most part, if I'm not recording a video or something, I'm saying it in my head. And I found that the more I say things out loud, the quicker things manifest. You know what I mean? And once again, I feel like some of you are gonna hear that. You're gonna be like, fucking duh. Fucking duh. Like, but I don't know, you don't know what you don't know, and when you learn, then you learn, you know. So that's one thing I've been learning. Quite honestly, I feel like if I keep up this momentum, I will be able to get a car by like February. You know, I'm like, I'm so excited. Like, it's scary to think about because I've never had a car before. I don't know what that genuinely feels like. But like, it's so close yet so far away. I'm so excited, bro. Like, what the fuck? And also, real quick, I don't know who's going to be watching this. I don't know who's going to tune into this. But if you happen to be anybody who's ever helped me or supported me in any way, I thank you. And I hope you know that I'm praying for you and I like wish the best for you. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, to some degree, I consider myself a lone wolf. But realistically, I also recognize that nobody's a lone wolf. Nobody exists in a vacuum. We all co-create together in this crazy planet, you know. So that's something that I like tune into a lot, especially the last few months, like tuning into gratitude and just, you know what I mean? Because I definitely couldn't do it alone, but as alone as I do feel, like I couldn't do it alone. So also, by the time this is posted, I don't know what things will look like in a certain aspect. I don't want to say too much because I don't know when I'll be done. Like, hopefully I'll be done by March. But I've been working on this course. I've been working on this course on divine magnetism and how to tap into and master your own divine magnetism. That's something I've been working on. And I don't know, for the most part, it's almost done. I recently rewrote all of the modules, so that was a thing. And I don't know, it's been something that's been really kind of scary for me, I think. I had to record some videos for it. Part of me is thinking that I should re-record those videos, make better videos, I don't know. But like, I had to record videos for that, and that was like a whole thing. And I don't know, generally, I'm really satisfied with like where my life is going. Like, sure, in a lot of different ways, I'm like annoyed with how my life looks now, but I'm so thankful. Hey, Burns, what's groovy? But yeah, I'm probably going to title this Intentionality or something. So the main message of this video is intentionality. Please consider the way that you set intentions. Like, are you being conscious with your intentions or are you not? You know? And I already kind of explained what that looks like, you know, taking some time to really breathe through, really get clear on what you want, say it out loud if you can, and then just flow, you know? I will be honest though, I did not do that necessarily with this video. I just kind of thought it and then I just kind of went into it. But I will say most of the time when I record a video and I make sure to set an intention before, I'm usually really proud of that video. But with live streams for sure, because I be on live stream for like an hour, sometimes 2 hours, you know, and it's like it takes a lot of energy out of me. And so like the intentionality part is one aspect of it. I do think that the stillness and the meditating part is also another part, you know, like, so I'm sorry, I'm just rambling in this video, but I hope this is helpful to somebody. I hope this is useful, you know. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate your presence. I hope that you engage with the video in some way if you enjoyed this, if you appreciated this. And I hope you check out the description down below. Check out my link tree. And hope you have a nice rest of your day. Bye.